Hello, hello. Let's see. There we are. Awesome. Beautiful. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. There we are. We fixed that. Okay. Welcome, everyone. We're just going to give a couple of moments for people to join live. My name is Arlene, for those of you who do not know me, and I am a spiritual mentor, a coach, a master numerologist, an alchemist, intuitive. Hello, how are you? Excited to have you with us. So welcome to the full moon. I wanted to play with the tech today because I see that I can go live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So that's fun. Hello, hello. Hi from the Netherlands. Hi from Toronto, actually. So welcome to the full moon. I'm curious as to how you are experiencing it, how you're feeling, what you are noticing. Today we've got 8 Jack of Clubs, and so the energy really does feel like there's a momentum that is happening for you that's allowing for you to deepen into your own sense of power, your own sense of self-authority, your own ability to see your way. And with the Jack of Clubs, this is the opportunity, the availability of a new lifestyle, a new way of communicating, a new life. And what it feels like there is a revealing for some of us as we are moving forward is this revealing of what is in our way, perhaps thought patterns, perhaps the idea that we might be leaving people behind. There also feels like there may be some drama cycles that are wanting to release so that you can release from the patterning of that and come back to your own sovereignty, your own sense of power, right? Hello. Welcome. Yes, I love that, Christine. Okay, so I've got 2 screens going. I've got the Instagram stream and I've got this one here on StreamYard. So I'm curious about what it is that you are experiencing, what you're noticing, and what direction are you headed in so that we can pull cards to see what is being revealed to you during this full moon, which will be for the next couple of days. So you might have started to feel the energy yesterday. I definitely started to feel it this weekend. And it will come and rise up even more today. And then tomorrow you'll feel it again and it will start to dissipate. And so in that, just like the moon can pull the tides, imagining that the body itself is comprised mostly of water, it pulls the energy, revealing the patterning, the energy that may not no longer serve us at this time. And so as it comes and is revealed through the body, sometimes we can notice it as body aches. Sometimes we can notice it as headaches. And if it's a headache, then I'd like you to pay attention to, is this headache showing forth because it's actually a resistance to you moving forward? It can also be, I feel like expression is a big thing. And so you may be noticing it in your throat. Yeah, and so I'm curious. Hello, Megan, Mira. Love it. Hello, everyone. Okay, so what do you have? Ooh, Mira is releasing final friendships. What are you noticing? What questions do you have? I'm curious. Please share. I love that it feels so relieving and freeing. That's amazing. Yeah. In this energy with the Jack of Clubs today, there's this availability to really continue to move forward. For those of you who feel as though you're afraid that people might be left behind, especially those that you want to continue to journey with, there's this opportunity to really allow for them to have this blank slate. And in this blank slate, to imagine that they can come forth and just show you who they truly are. to allow for yourself to pull off the mask and how you think they're supposed to act, how you think they're supposed to be, and let them just show you. And in doing so, allows for a new pattern to be created with that person so that you can continue to move forward or not. And so I'll be curious. Christine did a forgiveness letter and past patterns, and then you burned it. I love it. I am complete, no more anger, more love, and open to trusting myself and where I'm guided. I love that, Christine. That's amazing. Yeah, today is also a beautiful day to do any forgiveness. And so I love the ho'oponopono, just like Christine, writing a letter or maybe even expressing it out loud. Okay, let's see. Sharon, I would love a card for this full moon. Everything you're saying resonates so much for myself and the family. Yeah. All right. I also want you to know, everyone, that as you are connecting in, whether that is live or on the replay, that we are all meeting in this space and creating a container. And so even if I don't ask you to, or I don't come to your question, that your question may be answered in others. And so just to notice whether or not it resonates for you. All right, Sharon. It feels like you're going through a heart opening right now. I can feel like there's this desire to have this bursting of energy, but there's a fear. It feels like there's a little bit of a fear or an apprehension and an anxiety that's holding you back from actually opening up. But the allowing yourself to open up is actually going to pull you forward in the direction of what it is that you desire. And what you're desiring is to have something greater or more. It does feel like you're wanting to move in the direction of expanding your business or creating a new pathway or income stream as you expand out and scale. It feels like you want to scale. And so in this, there's an anxiety of, oh, well, if I do move forward, then who is it that I have to become? Will I have enough time for those that I love? Will I have time to pay attention to my kids as they go to school? Will I have the availability to, will I be spreading myself thin? And so in this, there is actually an opportunity here to come back as you move through this full moon and to come into a deeper sense of, okay, what are my values at this time? You've changed. And so some of your values and what you have top of mind have shifted. And so bringing that back top of mind will help to direct you and to move forward in the direction of what it is that you desire. Again, like I said, it feels like scaling. And so as you do, you will actually see that there is time, there is space to nurture all of the things. Again, with the Jack of Clubs, it is this, I'm creating a life. And so in this life, my life is whole. My life includes my family, includes my business, it includes my purpose, my expression of purpose. And so coming back to that will help to ease that anxiety, that discomfort, and help you to actually see on paper, oh, this is actually in alignment with the direction of where I want to go. And so let me know if that resonates for you. Okay, awesome. Hi, Dasana, how are you? Megan was starting to feel it this weekend, feeling a little bit with a sore throat. Yeah, definitely. But I feel super grounded and tired, but content. Things are well, but feeling a little lacking motivation. I'm not sure if that's a question, if you're wanting a card for that. Kind of feeling. Yeah. What I'm feeling for you, Megan, is there's this, it feels as though you've done a lot of the work. I can see that, like, your hands are moving. You've done all of these things. You've put yourself out there. You've shown up online, or you've gone out into different communities. You've presented yourself, and you're starting to get a little bit of the feedback from that. It almost feels like there are people that are curious, and so they're starting to poke in. And in that, you're going to want to focus on the I'm creating an expansion in my life. I'm creating I'm up leveling my life. I've done all of the things. I've done all of the work. I've listened to my intuition and I've taken those actions, but there's something that is changing and you're being invited to just kind of slow down a little bit and to allow the changes to happen, because in this, it almost feels as though in this depletion of energy, you're forgetting to nurture and care for yourself. And so there may be a part of you that's getting caught up in the feedback that you are or are not receiving. And so in that pulling back so that you can come back into alignment with you, with your purpose, with what it is that you're wanting to do in the world. And then as you do and come back into alignment, because this is creating a little bit of a trigger response to your nervous system, which is creating a little bit of frazzled energy, which is making you feel depleted. It will allow for you to actually anchor in and get a better overview of what's actually happening so that you can begin to see that there are little minute changes that are happening in your world that are outside of what you think it's supposed to look like. Not good or bad, but it kind of feels better. So taking time for you, especially with this full moon, to nurture yourself, to care for yourself, come back into alignment, putting you first, regardless of the feedback, and allowing the changes to take place will greatly serve you. Huh. Awesome. Love it. Mesa. I would love cards around romantic love. I've been releasing and growing so much. I did breath work this morning and released so much emotion, anger, doubt, and sadness. Interesting. I don't know why. So what keeps on coming forth is there was a twisted tale of fate. I'm not sure what that means for you, but maybe you know what that means. There was a twisted tale of fate. You're being invited to let go of past transgressions, past ideas, or past ways of thinking that you were treated, or how past partners behaved. Everything here is a black card, which tells me that it's all inner work in regards to moving in the direction of your romantic love. And so in this, as you are continuing to release these emotions, the anger, the doubt, and the sadness, you want to also develop a sense of trust. And in this developing of trust, it's okay, I trust that love is there for me, and I know that love always begins with me. And so I'm willing to release all of these patterns so that I can expand my mind in the direction of what it is that I desire. It feels like all of this that is falling away, all of these past transgressions, is making way for an expansion of how love relationships are meant to be. And so there's a little bit of distorted thinking. It might be the idea of the prince coming in on a horse kind of idea, happily ever after, whatever those ideas or this distortions to whatever romantic love is. These things are wanting to go so that you can expand the mind. And when you expand the mind, you actually open up the possibility of what is available. It almost feels like I can feel that there are some masculines that are around you. They might be a little bit curious. They might be paying attention. They're in the outer skirts of your field, not necessarily yet coming closer. But as you start to identify and break through these patterns, and so that you can deepen into this sense of, okay, well, what is it that I actually want in romantic relationship? Because in this pattern, you're focused on trying to keep you safe from not experiencing it again. This will actually free you to see what it is that you want, which will allow for your heart to open so that you can begin to feel the inspired actions that move you in the direction of that romantic love that you desire. Yeah, so I feel them around you, and there's just a little bit of inner work to do as you continue to move forward. That's exciting. All right, let's see. Okay. I'd love a card about next steps in opening up to new friendships. So the first thing I'm feeling is there's a little bit of past hurts that are connected to these friendships that have ended. And as these threads are continuing to go, you're going to receive more and more insights as to where you all played these different roles that will help you to come into a deeper alignment of what it is that you're wanting to experience. Part of what I'm hearing is, friendships and business don't match, or friendships and business shouldn't be together. And I think that that's part of what is shifting out. And so these relationships that are leaving were karmic relationships. And so you might have found that they were actually quite transactional, which is why business and friendships weren't working for you. But as you start to come into this deeper awareness of these roles that you played so that you can garner the wisdom from these experiences, it will allow for you to have a better insight into what that relationship will look like so that you can come into a deeper relationship with others. It almost feels like in these friendships, there was an enmeshment and in these collaborations where it was being connected to value. And so each time one person up leveled in their value, their skill, their ability to channel, their ability to scale their business, going out and to do a retreat, all of these things, it would create a trigger for the other in order for them to grow. And so there's an opportunity here to come into, okay, I want to have a deeper connection with friends. I want to open myself up to new people. Well, what does that feel like? What does that look like? And then allowing that to come forth as you release these threads so that you can come into a deeper alignment of, okay, I'm going to make friends right now. And as I continue to make friends and I put myself out there to connect with others, I'm going to open myself up to see who I attract into my world. I'm not going to necessarily move quickly into I'm going to connect in business. I'm actually going to see if there's an alignment first, because this alignment that you're moving forward with has now released in the karmic pattern itself. And so you're going to find that the dynamics are going to be different. And choice points within these relationships will be different, which will allow for you to create other programs, other ways of getting out there in the world, other communities that you can connect into. Yeah, it's all available for you. I think you just need to, at the same time, deepen your own sense of trust. And this is falling away. So remembering that these karmic patterns are shifting, which is really, really good. I hope that made sense. Love that it resonates. Yay. Okay. Patrick. All right. Can I get a card? What is the new time bringing? What is a new time bringing for Patrick? I feel like there's a lot of collaborations that are happening for you, or there's a lot of people that are in your world, and feels like you are not necessarily picking up on any of them or deciding to be with any of these people in collaboration with you. And so you're being invited to trust. I feel like you have some You have something that you want to move out into the world, and this something that you want to move out into the world is something that's pretty big and profound. It feels wise. It feels like it's, I'm not sure what it is that you're wanting to move out, but you have a lot of people that are around you that are wanting to get in on it. And you can already feel that maybe some of those people aren't necessarily aligned. You're being invited to trust that and to really pay attention to how people are showing up for you, how people are coming um, in your life so that you can make greater decisions on who is it that you want to share your life with, your life's work with, and share your movement with. Because we've got the Eight of Spades. And so in this Eight of Spades, it's like you are being guided and directed. You're tapped into your intuition. You know where it is that you want to do. But one of the things that you aren't doing is necessarily expressing the word no. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to hang out. We're not in alignment. I don't want to experience this with you. I'm moving forward without you, kind of thing. And part of that is because you're playing nice, or you may be playing the nice guy. You're being invited to trust your voice and to actually move forward in the direction, being a little bit more precise with how you're getting out there into the world. Doing so will actually help you nurture the self. It feels like because you're being pulled in all of these directions, it's actually pulling at your own energy because you're so focused on keeping that expression, keeping you in, and hiding a little bit of what it is that you want to move out into the world. Because at the same time, there's a little bit of fear that people might take that from you. So trust that you know where you're going, be willing to express yourself. That's going to nurture you. That's going to help you to recoup your own energy, to bring forth your own, to come back into alignment with your own power, which will then help you to be served by the divine, served by source, God, frequency, whatever, served by your purpose and whatever you're moving out into the world, giving you the energy to actually move in the world. So that's interesting. I'll be curious to see what it is that you are moving out there. Hello, everyone on Instagram. Awesome. All right, Samantha, I would love a card, please. What wants to be illuminated in me with guidance of this full moon? I'm just tapping in. Very cool. It feels like you've really come into you come into alignment with what it is that you want. I can feel you so grounded in your root, and it feels like that you are grounded in your root, and it feels like you are balanced with the divine masculine that flows through you. You've been listening to your intuition. You've been taking the actions. But at the same time, even though you're so grounded, it feels like you haven't necessarily been expressing. Very much like Patrick, you haven't been expressing yourself out there with others. And so my curiosity is, are you getting out there? Are you communicating your wants and your needs? There's a difference between, everyone has needs. Everyone has needs. But are you being needy in your need? And so it's the willingness to express yourself fully and then allow yourself to receive it, because there are some needs that you aren't necessarily expressing and they're not being met. And if you were to be more conscientious of that pattern of waiting for someone to read your mind in order for you to be served, you'd actually receive the blessing of what it is that you are desiring. There's a lot of support that's out there for you, but they don't know that they can give it to you because you're waiting for them to offer. And so if you allow yourself to express it, it's almost like you would receive a flush, like a tsunami, like all of this energy, all of this love, all of this support your way. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Let me know if that resonates for you. All right. Shazzy Lindley. I'd love a card. I'm just going to invite you to take a deep breath and come into the body. You definitely want to pay attention to your breath. You hold your breath a lot, almost like you're in a wait, like you're waiting for something to happen. And so just paying attention to the breath so that you can support the body and the nervous system and get a little bit more oxygen in the body and get a little bit more energy moving through. Yeah. So same thing, 2 of clubs. It feels like you're not necessarily expressing yourself with others. You're holding yourself back from expressing. And it's this idea of I don't want to ask for what I need because I don't want people to think that I'm needy. But it really does actually feel like it's a receiving issue, not a needy issue. And so if you were to be willing to express, say with a romantic partner, I need more time, or I need more connection from you. I need more support from you. You'd actually allow yourself to begin to receive it and to let go of the fixed ideas of how it's supposed to come. It almost feels like there's an opportunity to create new experiences for you in how you can receive that support or that love or that time. It's almost like expressing to a partner, I need more time with you. And then having that conversation, and then he surprises you a couple of nights later with a picnic dinner in your living room. It's allowing yourself to get out of the box by letting go of this idea and this prescription of if I need something, then it means I must be weak. And that will actually allow for you to rebirth into a new way of relating with yourself, a new way in relating with life, a new way in relating with those in your life. But of course, first you. And so express and rebirth, a new way of expressing so that people can begin to meet you where you are. That's so good. Rosalie. I'd love a directional card in regards to my desires. I feel like you don't know what you want. I feel like you knew what you wanted and then you got it. And so now that you got it, it's like there's an opportunity here to really come into, okay, well, what do I want now? Yeah. You received the fulfillment of everything that you wanted. I feel like you wanted to move. And so you moved. You wanted more space. And so you got more space to put your things. You wanted to be by the water. So you're by the water and you're going out for walks. You wanted some other things. And so you received the fulfillment of all the things that you're wanting. And so now is a time to actually come back to self, to nurture yourself, to assess what's around you so that you can come and feel into, okay, well, what is my purpose now? What is it that I want to express out into the world? Because you're doing all the things, but now it's wanting to be more. Now it's wanting to be more precise. Now it's wanting to move out into the world, but it's your willingness to come into the journey. And so coming back to yourself and really paying attention to, okay, what is it that I'm wanting, either through meditation or journaling or dancing or creating, perhaps painting, you'll come into a better idea of what you want now, which will then invite in or will allow for you to move in the direction of that, right? And so are you willing to take a new journey? Because everything that you wanted, you've created. So it's time. It's all up to you. I am great, Dasana. All right, let's see. What can I release this full moon? All right, so you might be feeling some detox symptoms that are moving out through your body. It feels like there is part of your past that's wanting to shift out and move through your body. Part of the patterning of the past is the Ace of Diamonds. So it feels like there's been a little bit of a struggle in, I can't move forward with a business because I have to take care of my family. I can't take care of my family because I have to work overtime. Like there's a little bit of give and take and a little bit of sacrifice in between in order for you to move in the direction of what you want. And so instead, to release these patterns by being aware of, oh, where have I actually done that? Where have I noticed that when I have a lot of money in my bank or where I have money flowing into my accounts, that my relationships are suffering? And where am I noticing where my relationships were flourishing and everything was amazing and my money wasn't so good? And that will help you to identify the patterns so that you can deepen your trust in what it is that you're wanting to experience now. I think you know where you're wanting to head. I feel like you know what your dream is. And so can you trust that you are being pulled by your purpose? And can you allow yourself to journey with that as you release these patterns and realize that you can have the life that you desire, including the money, including the relationship, including the business, that as you do that and you feel into your intuition, inviting in the next step, trusting that it is available for you because what you want is what the universe or God wants. And so as you leap and trust that that's possible, you'll start to receive feedback in the world, perhaps people coming into your world to show you, this is the path, and oh, this might be possible for you, and oh, look, there's money over here and you might not have seen it, or all of these things. And so you start to receive some blessing and some feedback from the world around you. I love that. Trust has come between us, is what Mesa's saying. Interesting. All right. I would love a card, please. What is the big chance that is coming? What is the big chance that is coming? And how is my finances regarding to this new beginning? So I get an image of everything that you're wanting is actually here. Like it feel like I can see it as like there's a big banner, there's streamers, there's balloons, there's a party. What you're wanting is coming forth, and you're the one that knows what it is because you're the one that's been moving in that direction. And so it's time to really celebrate what it is that you want. You're being initiated into a higher, we'll say a higher timeline. And so what I'm feeling as the resistance, because it does feel like you're an artist, you're a creator, and what you're wanting to experience is something that is a little bit beyond that, or a little bit outside of that box or outside of that frame. And so there's initiation is causing a death of the artist itself. And it doesn't mean that you're necessarily no longer creating as an artist. It's you're releasing it's almost like you as an artist are in this frame, you're in this painting, and you're wanting to break out of that so that you can start moving in this direction, because parts of what were holding you back as an artist aren't coming with you. You're being initiated into a higher mind. You're being initiated into something bigger and grander. And in order for you to do that, you have to break through the thinking patterns that have been keeping you stuck, that have been holding you still. Because there is a change that's happening in your life, and you're going to actually have that experience in your life, but you're causing a resistance. You're causing a big toggle because you're wanting to see what the big chance is rather than allowing for it to unfold. It's already happening for you. Are you willing to allow yourself to embrace it by continuing to move forward, by listening to your intuition, letting go of your thought patterns of, oh, I can't have it. I need to know what it looks like. I need to know how I'm going to get there. I need to know whether or not there's money. You're deepening your own trust for yourself in connection with your highest self, the allowing of it to guide you, to move you, and to it really is this breaking out of your own cocoon so you can see who you are on the other side of it. Because it does feel like it's a jumping into a new timeline where everything is flourishing for you. Again, it's the control of how, what, when that's holding you back. And then in regards to finances, again, it's the same pattern where you're holding yourself back in your own finances because you're waiting for the who, the what, the when. And it's not like that. It's beyond that. It's more than that. It's to play in possibilities that are available for you. You want to play in the possibilities of what is available with finances. It's not just going to come from selling a painting or just from your investments. It can come from someone giving you money. It can come from someone wanting to invest in this big chance. It can be coming from someone passing away and leaving you an inheritance. There are all of these other availabilities that are here for you. But if you keep on getting stuck in a frame, looking at it to be just so in a certain color and a certain texture, you will miss it. And so open up and let it be revealed. Awesome. Will I receive and sign my LVMH modeling contract from Paris this week? So the cards aren't necessarily predictive, but actually, let's see. We're going to do it this way. According to the cards, it says no, you aren't receiving your modeling contract right now. And so I can feel there's a little bit of with that. There's a little bit of anxiety with that. There's a lot of need and holding on to that. Yeah. So the cards are saying no. And do you have another question with that? And I'll wait for another question with that, sweet tooth girl, to see. And I'll pull cards for Cindy in the meantime. Where is my love life going? Huh. The question that comes forth from that is, where do you want it to go? It feels like you're holding back and you're getting in your own way. And so in this, you're giving authority to love to tell you what to do, as opposed to being the director in your life. And so are you willing to take the lead and to really land into, okay, I want a romantic partner. I want my king. I want to bring him forth. And I want to, I hate that it's blurry. And I want to experience love, communion, connection. I want to experience commitment. I want to experience sexy time. I want to experience a divine partner, a sacred partner. I want to, whatever that is, so that you can move in the journey of that. And so as you land into, okay, I want to have a love relationship. And I can hear you, because there's a part of you that's like, oh, I thought that if you don't look for love, it will show up. Well, what if you were to decide that you are ready for love? It feels like you're moving in the direction to get ready for love. And so you can do that by being more aware of what it is that you're looking for, what it is that it feels like in your body, so that you can journey with that. Because as you move in direction of, oh, I want to bring forth a king, you land into being the queen, right? And so you come into connection with him. But it's the realization that this is a journey. It's a journey of becoming one who can receive the king. And so you want to know what it is that you are receiving. Not the who it is, the what it is. Kelly. Yeah. Hmm. Do you have a direction that you're moving in, Kelly? It feels like I feel you, and it's like open. You're like in open water. And it's not because you're alone or because you're lost or any of those things. It's just, it feels like you're just laying back in the water, floating, chilling out, feeling the sun on your face. It feels like you've had a lot of experiences. There's been a lot of chaos that's been happening in your life. It almost feels like you went through being this caterpillar into a cocoon, and you came out this butterfly, and you got out there and you were like, what the flying F? What the hell? Because it almost feels as though you came out into more chaos than what you were experiencing before. And so you're a little bit confused. And in that confusion, you don't know what to do, because there feels like there's so much to do. Do I move forward with this part of my business? Do I go and I start to relearn this? Or do I go help somebody? What about my son? What is it that I'm wanting to do? And so the idea or the amount of work that you think has to happen is stopping you from moving in the direction of a focus. What do you want? So I love that you are floating and you are in this place. And are you willing to create a focus? And I can hear you, because over here, the past you is saying, oh, well, when I created a focus, I was a caterpillar, I got into the cocoon, I came out and there was chaos. Well, yeah. And are you willing to do it anyway? Knowing that it may not be the same way, knowing that you have all of this wisdom that's coming with you, knowing that there is something that you are meant to be doing and you are well aware of it. And so are you willing to allow yourself to experience it? It does feel like it's time. And so what do you want? You've got the tools. You've got all the tools. And you've got people who love you, people who support you. Are you willing to move in that direction and journey with it? And to really journey with it, thinking and being in alignment with, okay, blank slate. I'm a butterfly. I'm no longer a caterpillar. I'm a butterfly. I've got these things. And so, yeah. Let me know how that resonates. Hello, Christina. I don't know if you have a question. Oh, you're so funny, Samantha. She's saying, I find myself saying, I'm not a mind reader. Meanwhile, waiting for others to tap into me. Love that. All right. Christina, a card for you. I can hear you. All I keep hearing is, I just keep on going through trials and tribulations. There's just all these trials and tribulations. All these people are dying around me, and I don't know what, I don't want to swear, what I want to effing do, what I'm going to do about this. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to stay in alignment? Where is life taking me? Why is God angry? I don't understand. And so there's a lot of energy that's moving forward and through your body, and life is really, you think life is taking a pounding on you. Yeah. So a lot of this has been, this is not happening to you. This is happening with you. And so you're walking with people who happen to be unwell. You are walking with people who happen to be leaving this earth at this time. You are moving in this direction that is inviting you to really pay attention to yourself and to really pay attention to your own desires, and to stop allowing other people to stop creating these karmic patterns with these other people by identifying their need for you. You need you. And so your body needs you. Your, yeah. And so are you willing to just come back to you? And I can hear you. You're saying it's hard. And are you willing to come back to you anyway? It's not hard. You're breaking through a pattern. And so rather than playing in the karmic patterns that are hurting your own feelings, that thinking that the world is happening to you, to thinking that, people or doctors or hospitals or different farm is out to get you, to come back to you so that you can offer yourself relief. You have to decide to offer yourself relief so that you can begin to create or let go of these karmic patterns that you have with the world outside of you, so that you can deepen your own connection with your trust of self, that you won't abandon yourself, that you won't leave yourself behind, that you won't betray yourself, that you won't abuse yourself by coming back to you. And so coming back to you will deepen your own trust with your mind, with your body, with your life. It really does feel like this, like I feel like you're just holding, and this holding is control. You're trying to control everything and you can't. And so you're being invited to take a deep breath and to just ease, and to give yourself just a little bit of love by inviting it in, and to let others make decisions. Yeah, to let others make decisions. I think that that's your one biggest piece, to let others make decisions, rather than you thinking you can make decisions for them. Let me know how that resonates for you. Awesome, Rosalie. I love that you will journal on your wants. Stephanie, I would love cards to maximize this cosmic energetic power. Love. Cute. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Kind of feels like everything's in shuffle in your life right now. I don't know what that means. There's a lot of movement and change that's happening in your life right now, and some of it doesn't necessarily make sense, but you're being invited to trust it anyways. Things, it almost feels like you've moved or you're moving, and then people that you thought were coming with you might not necessarily be coming with you, or like there are certain things that are happening in these changes, these physical changes that are happening in your life, and a lot of them aren't necessarily making sense to you in this moment. And so you're being initiated to let go of control, because your mind, it feels like your mind is like trying to hold on, because your mind had a way of thinking that it was going to happen for you. And so in this initiation, you're deepening your own sense of trust for life, for things to unfold, for changes to unfold. There are some surprises that are happening for you, that are in service for you. But again, it's happening to help you to let go of control. You can't control God. You can't control others. You can't control how things will unfold for you. And so as you do that, you will actually deepen your own sense of purpose in connection with the world. And so it almost feels like, one, we know our soul's purpose, and you know what it is that you are wanting to move out in connection to who you are and what you love to express. But it almost feels like that amps up. It amps up for you in a way where, oh, and I can see where this fits in with the world, or where the world needs this, or where I can support the world and the journey for the evolution of the world, if that makes sense. It's interesting. Sweet tooth girl. I feel, and so this is in reference to Sweet Tooth Girl. You're expecting to start in May. I kind of feel like there's something that's holding it back from actually happening. There are things that are happening that you can't see. And so it feels like you'll be receiving it in about 6 weeks. It doesn't feel like 6 weeks being maybe the end of May, beginning of June. But that's just the energy of it right now. Like I said, like I can feel it over here, you're over here. I can feel it over there. But in between all of that, there are other things that are falling into place, either with the modeling agency or things where the shoots are going to be. Things aren't yet in alignment for you to receive that so that you can go. But it does feel that when you are going to receive it, it's going to be like, you don't have a lot of time to get yourself ready or pack if you have to. It's almost like a jet set and go. Okay, Sharon. Best next action. Kind of feels like rest. You have been burning the candle on both ends. And there was another saying that came through with midnight oil, burning the midnight oil. Burning the candle at both ends, burning the midnight oil. Feels like your brain is tired. Your mind's been taking in a lot of information, a lot of learning, a lot of not necessarily new experiences, but there's a lot of, it's like top heavy. And there's an invitation here for you to relax. Yeah. So you've been taking in a lot of information that's been, it's like it's been getting you out of the box. It's been getting you out of your own patterning, the way that you see life, the way that you are experiencing life. You've been doing some work to help you to get into better alignment, better flow. And in that, you've been experiencing a beautiful alignment with who you are, with your own essence, with what you're wanting to move out into the world, with a better alignment with your own energy and what you want to share in the world and how you want to share it. I think things are becoming a lot more clear for you in what it is that you're wanting. And it almost feels like it's just time to rest a little bit. You've done a lot of the work. Allow yourself to integrate so that you can come into, it's almost like to allow the body to be prepared to take that action. Because with all of this work, it almost feels like you're going to receive the how. Okay, I need you to do this and this and this and this and go. And yeah, it's like you planted the seeds. The seeds grew up into these beautiful shoots. They now bloomed, and you're almost in that place where like you get to reap the rewards. The reaping of the rewards. You have to rest. It's already come into this momentum. It's all falling into place. Allow yourself to integrate so that you can actually see the fruit when it arrives. And when I say the fruit, like the bushel, not just the one apple or the two apples. I'm talking about like fill in the spaces, fill in the bushel. I love that for you, Sharon. Makes sense. Awesome. Love, love, love. Awesome. Well, dang. Oh, I mouthed 6 weeks. Sweet tooth girl. Sorry. 6 weeks is what I'm feeling. It can happen faster, but right now 6 weeks is what I'm feeling in the field. Okay, wild thing. May I please get a reading for my relationship with Wonderland? Well, that feels fun. It feels fun and it feels a little bit chaotic at the same time. It kind of feels like twin flame energy. And so when I feel twin flame energy, I feel it as a little bit chaotic and chaotic in the, like in the body itself. So you're having a lot of fun. You're having a lot of, it might feel like you're having a lot of fun or a lot of play in it, but at the same time, it may not necessarily be the most healthiest in relationship because you're playing with these dynamics that are creating these heightened experiences in the body. And when I say heightened experience, like a coming together with so much energy that you have to maintain that high energy in order to stay in relationship with each other, but it's creating a tiredness or a tension. It may create some fights in your relationship, but the fights then are creating more of that tension that you began this relationship with. And so it feels like there's a desire to break away from that, to create a new way of relating with one another, to experience your relationship in a place where you can be in rest, repose as well, to think about what are other ways that we can spend time together that doesn't have to have the dynamic of pain. Like it's like this pleasure pain principle that you're being invited to let go of. And so if you were to come into the body and pay attention to addiction tendencies, and so I'm not saying addiction to anything outside, I'm saying that sometimes most people, our bodies get addicted to the dopamine hits that we get from experiencing people eating a spoonful of sugar, drinking a Diet Coke, whatever that is, we experience that. And so that dopamine hit creates this addiction in our body. And so in this relationship with Wonderland, it feels like that's the pattern that's running. And so in this, you're being invited, if you want to maintain this relationship, to pull back and to come into the realization of what that pattern is so that you can decide to shift and break through it. and to maintain a relationship that feels like it has a little bit more stability for the both of you with your bodies, and in connection with you, so that you're creating a dynamic that you're both choosing rather than one that is karmic. And again, karmic meaning that you're identifying with each other because you guys are playing off each other's addictions that you're having in your own bodies, and with mental and emotional patterns. Yeah, let me know how that resonates for you. Okay, Jocelyn. Ooh. It feels like there's a couple of things that are, I don't want to say that they're in the way of you retiring by September. It feels like it's possible that you can retire in September, but there are some threads and some things that you're going to want to have to do in order to get there. It's like this catch-up energy, but it's not catch-up energy. It's just the being meticulous with the paperwork and ensuring that you're getting it there. It also feels like there's a little bit of hard press energy where it's like you're working with other people in collaboration that move you forward in this retirement. That's your goal. And it almost feels like there's a little bit of lagging on the other side of that. It could be because their desks are full and there's a lot of work that has to be done. And so it's almost like, okay, well, I'm going to fill out all the paperwork. I'm going to put out the paper. I'm going to talk to whatever, get a better understanding of what happens after I retire, do all of those things. As I put it in, I'm going to put it in my calendar that I'm going to connect with them in a week and see, okay, where are we with this? Not to control it, but to just ensure that you yourself are being a steward in the direction of your goal. And so it's releasing the control. I can't control others, but I can definitely be the steward as I move in the direction of that, because my intention is to be retired by September. I kind of feel like mid-September might be the what is happening for you at this time. Yeah, and the cards just said that. So I hope that's in service. Awesome. I am well. Hello, L Princess. Yeah, you're welcome, Wild Thing. I'm going to go to Philly. I love a card. Okay. I believe that she is in Africa, if I remember correctly. There's some heartache that's happening for you, and you're not really necessarily caring for the body. You want to come back in and really pay attention to the breath. I know I said that to someone else earlier on. Come in, pay attention to the breath. Your body is needing more nurturance, more support, more love, because it's actually moving through something. It's trying to release. Okay. So when we're in relationship with somebody, whether that is a love relationship, we've given birth to a child, we got married, even right now in this moment, we are all enmeshed. It's how we can tap into each other and get information and receive information and channel, all of those things. But when we are in relationship with a person, say for instance, someone that you lived with for some time passed away. When that person passes away, our body actually moves through a detox. And so our mind and our emotions are so used to waking up in the morning and seeing them in the kitchen and having coffee. But it happens, we wake up and we go to the kitchen and our mind and our heart is used to seeing it, but they're not there. And so it creates this detox, which is also known as grief in our body, because we're releasing them from our body. This is essentially what's happening for you. You're moving into a new sense of who you are, but your body is wanting to let go of someone, let go of the memories that you're holding on to with someone, so that you can create the space to be you. Yeah, and so paying attention to the breath, paying attention to how you're feeling, allowing if it is crying, if it is tears, if it is sadness or rage, to allow that energy to flow through you rather than holding it on. It's the holding on that's keeping them in. And so allowing that to move forward and out, and the realization that missing them more doesn't mean you love them more, right? Missing them more does not mean you loved them more or honored them more. And so releasing them from your body, creating this detox in your body, creating this space in your body. And it feels like a lot of their thinking was connected to your thinking, which allows for space to come back to your own thinking into alignment with, oh, this is where I want to go. I actually thought I wanted to go in this direction, but that was their dream. This is mine, right? And so I'm using that as an example, but there's a shifting that's wanting to happen so that you can come into greater stability with your body. You may be experiencing some aches, some pains. It might even be contributing to weight gain that you're happening in your body. It almost feels like you're holding them in your body. And so by allowing yourself to be conscientious, to release, you'll actually begin to release them from your body, from your mind, from your emotions, coming into better alignment with you, which will create greater well-being in your body and in your own wholeness. Yeah. I hope that resonates. Awesome. Beautiful. All right. I think that, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, princess. Last one. And then we will be complete for the full moon. Will I sign the world tour job contract that is going to happen in May? I cannot answer that question. I can't answer the question as to whether or not you're going to sign it, because that's your choice. No, that wasn't directly to you, Elle Princess, but because we're all in the container together, I'm tapping into the field and I'm tapping into everyone in this space. And so it may resonate for you as well. So will I sign the world tour contract that's going to happen in May? I cannot answer, because that is imposing on your own authority, your own empowerment. That's for you to decide. When will I get my job contract? Honestly, I don't feel the job contract. Hold on. So when I'm feeling your field, I actually feel it back here. And so I'm actually curious as to, do you actually want this contract? Or are you holding on to something that is no longer available? That's interesting. Yeah. Did you actually want it? Did it come? Did you let it pass you by? Yeah. I don't necessarily feel it, but I feel like either it passed you by or it's not coming because it's back here, that it's actually inviting you to really pay attention to what is it that you're actually wanting. It's possible that you don't. Will you be selected for it? Oh, got it. You are the last one. And that's a different question. Will you be selected for it? Will you be selected for the job contract? According to the cards, it says that you will. But in the meantime, there is some work for you to do in order for you to be ready for this contract that comes forth. Letting go of you want to let go of fixed ideas of how you think this job is actually going to be, how you think it's going to be presented to you, how it's going to pay you, how you think your life is going to look. Because this, when it does come as an opportunity, is going to create a change in your life. And so, again, as you are preparing for this to come, it's to also pay attention to, is this actually something that I'm wanting to move in the direction of? Interesting. Yeah. So I hope that that is in service for you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your energy, your time, and your curiosities. And I will see you all in the spaces. Lots of love, everyone. Bye for now.